I think that use cases that matter to everyone, one area that I hope audience can relate to is that transition from batch to real-time stream processing. And I do recall a real-world story that you once told me, and it was about why saying goodbye to batch is important. Maybe you could elaborate on that.
Oh, absolutely. Love to. The thing is that we have quite a lot of stories from our clients, and sometimes the insanity that they face every day to make things work and to make that transition from traditional enterprise systems and traditional data storage systems to something that gives answers when they're needed. So this particular story is really nice. It's a German story because after all, this country is rooted in manufacturing. So this big manufacturing company, they had to ship materials to their clients, right? And they were deeply invested in SAP. And because it's SAP, right? When you wanted to share data, well, you just create dumps, right? Scheduled batch dumps that you then post-process to another SAP system that does some other stuff. And then eventually you get your answers. The problem is that the use case that they were trying to address is to inform their customers when their materials would arrive. And because of the crazy problem of synchronization or orchestration of those batch runs, they'd inform their clients 3 weeks, I kid you not, 3 weeks after clients received their parcels. It's really bad, right? So ultimately you think, why do you bother? You just send them a fax, right? It's probably quicker. But no, what we actually do here is to actually understand that these are real case problems that people face and people have, and they need help. And transition from batch to real time, that's the answer, right? That is really what it is about.
Fantastic. And I know Mark had already touched on the streaming lakehouse. I heard that out. It's probably going to be quite topical over the next couple of days. I was keen to understand how at Hivemind you're helping your clients transition from batch to the streaming lakehouse.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's stories from the trenches, and because, clients are prudent and they've invested a lot in those enterprise systems, risk is at the forefront of the considerations. When you basically say, okay, we're going to make that transition to a streaming architecture, we don't just basically say, oh, we've got this awesome platform and it will solve all your problems instantaneously. That's a sure way not to get approval. Right? You basically talk about the risks and you say, okay, we're going to focus on very specific use cases. What's the low-hanging fruit with the biggest pain point? And then you build an integrative approach where you say, okay, we're going to use techniques like CDC. You mentioned that earlier. Change data capture is an awesome pattern to integrate existing legacy systems with traditional data sources like relational databases, warehouses, etc. And you focus on basically tapping that into that as its source, and you basically start creating a single use case implementation for the streaming approach. And then you demonstrate to the entire business that it actually works. They can, all of a sudden, they have a dashboard that basically updates every couple of seconds and delivers the actual dispatch numbers in logistics, like, thinking of the client that I mentioned earlier. It's a revelation. They say, I didn't think this was possible. But yeah, yes, it is. And it's actually not that hard. That's the way to go. Simple use case, and then build iteratively, bit by bit.